Content for Module 6 looks at data analysis and inference, and then we have our discussion board that's due. So again, on your discussion board, make sure you're citing a reference and you're posting your initial response by Thursday of the week, and then respond to either a classmate or myself by Sunday night, the 18th. So let's take a look. I think some of our chapters are a little off because I'm looking at a version, the 7th edition of the textbook. You might have the 6th edition of the textbook. So either way, you should be able to get the content here. So the content for Module 6 is talking about data analysis and inference. So we talk about probability and sampling distribution, what that means to us, what that probability means to us, the frequency chart or frequency rate, and then there's a good example of health research, and they're applying that probability and confidence interval to that. Then we go into some hypothesis testing and how we would do that, the steps to that hypothesis testing, and what that means to our research. And we also will look at 15, effect size, and I wouldn't get real worried about effect size and, yes, just this one, and until you actually are going to be part of a research team that looks at something, but do read over it so that it makes some logical sense to you. And then the critical evaluation of published research. So this is really interesting because it talks about how research journals use editorial boards to examine the research and your findings, and then provide feedback before they will allow for that to be submitted for publication. So it does a great job of looking at that. Then in our Module 6, we've got our content here, viewing on confidence intervals, hypothesis testing, analysis of that qualitative data, and then our discussion board here. And our discussion board here is talking about the abstract that you'll be writing and sharing that with your group so that we can have a good understanding of what you found out with that abstract.